to give a small preview of a tool I'm developing for people who are independent ATM operators. So if you have a fleet of ATM machines and you want a little more insight into what's going on your machines, this might be something of interest to you. It's not an official project by any means right now. It's just something that I'm working on with the inspiration of some problems of some folks that I know who run ATMs themselves. So let's check it out. Right now we're just running on some practice authentication. So we'll create a new account right here. I can put in my email. And for a name, let's do squash man. Maybe this guy sells squashes on the side. All right, so we'll sign in, and it's going to bring us to the dashboard. So at first, there's no information because we don't have anything hooked up, but let's head over to connections like it says right here and hook up our payment processor. Because if you have ATMs, you have a payment processor. So let's go to connections. And right now, Payment Alliance is the main kind of pipeline that's built into this right now. Columbus Data is kind of next on the line, but let's start with Payment Alliance and enable this guy. And test username and put in the test password. So this is going to ingest data from a mock API that I've built that replicates the Payment Alliance. This is tested for actual connectivity to Payment Alliance, but for now we'll just use the mock and wait for that to sync up. So while that does that, let's take a look at Vaulters right here. So if you have a network of ATMs, you also need to have some people that help you put things in those ATMs. So we call those folks vaulters, right? So let's add the name of a vaulter, and let's do Wally the Whale. Great. And we need to add a email and or a phone number. Let's just go with the phone number. Great. And this is a what you call it, like one of those pay by number phones that I have for testing out texting, which you'll see in a moment right here. So we'll select a color now and let's do gray. Perfect. And our vaulters will show up right there, which is really nice. And we can configure some locations as well. So this search bar is a full Google powered search. So we can do something like Bank of America in Newton. Great. So let's select that. This is my main bank, and let's give it a bank category and add that location. So this is kind of building up a database for us of, maybe we have where some of our vaulters live, or we have, a business that we delivered some vaulting loads to, but we can build up that location database right here. So let's refresh the page and see if this has synced. It should by now. Excellent. So because the data is here, we should be able to head over to the dashboard and get some, basic in business intelligence about like what's going on at like a nice, beautiful view. We got some bubbles right here and some graphs, a stream of how we're vaulting, and when we vaulted the machines, so days and amounts. We also have a map that gets built up and geocoded upon ingestion of all of our ATMs, and this is all disconnected in the background, so it can process lots of ATMs very quickly. It's designed for speed, so you can have the most up-to-date information here. But let's go over to one of the main features that's kind of the pinnacle of what this tool aims to hope to do for people who run one of these ATM networks, which is the vaulting right here. Because the main problem we're trying to solve is how much money do you put in what ATMs and when? So this tool should help walk you through that process and make it a little easier, because a lot of people are doing this, pen and paper. So let's make this a little easier and streamline it a little bit. So each section right here has a little help icon, as you can see, and we have the stepper to walk us through. So step one is choose our transaction history. So, when we're figuring out how much money to put in ATMs, you want to get the average withdrawal rate, how much money is being taken out every day, and you can average that over a week, a month, half a year, It really depends on what type of pattern and what type of accuracy you're looking for. And this slider kind of addresses that. So we can change it to a month. And as you'll see momentarily, the calculator reloads and requeries the back end. So all the other, sliders and stuff can move quickly. So step one's been completed. Step two is to pick terminals. So we can select them right here. They pop up. as a chip. And the moment we do that, they also pop up as a graph. So at the front right here is today. And then every single day we figure out a withdrawal rate from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc., and plot that out so we can get kind of an accurate representation of when this might run out at 0. So the moment we select another one, oh, that one has $0, but let's select this one and it pops up and we can kind of compare them on the graph. We can also add all terminals. We can clear all terminals. So let's add all terminals and let's get rid of this one, this one. Sure, let's go with these 4 right here. So we've selected our terminals, that's great. Now let's tune our parameters. So what date do we want to vault? What date do we want to put money in these machines? You know, let's do January 2nd, cash available, 20,000 sounds good. So our basic true parameters have been tuned and we get a check right there. But we can also adjust these 2 additional ones, cache band granularity and the allowable terminal load range. So just demonstrating one of these help menus right here, let's click on this. The cache band granularity informs the vaulting tool of the minimum differential between the ATM vaulting amounts. So do we want to adjust the vaulting amount between Ace's Tattoo and Baraja's Tire by $2,000 each, or do we want to avoid splitting those bands into $1,000 chunks? Most people are going to keep it at 2,000, so let's keep it there. And allowable terminal ranges. How much money are you willing to put in the machine? I'd say we're willing to put down to $0 in case it's not optimal to give a machine money. So with these parameters set, let's step 4, run our simulation. So scroll down right here and click that button. So that $20,000 now gets divided among these machines, and we can kind of see a graphical layout of when they will run out from 0. And the algorithm kind of just battles them one by one and then pushes the expiration date out as far as it can. So looking at this, it looks pretty good, and we get a vaulting plan color-coded to the graph and to the chips that we have right here. We could save the plan. Let's do Blackbeard's run, sure. We could also text the plan. So that vaulter we had right there, we can click on that vaulter and send, and then momentarily I will get a text message on my phone telling me what that vault plan is going to be. Voila. So in case we wanted to look at this vault, curve right here and adjust it, we can do that too. So looking at the purplish curve, I guess you could say blue-purple, Battleborn Tattoo, we know this is an important machine, an ATM machine. We really don't want it to run out. And this sorting of the algorithm, it kind of did a good job, but this is high priority for us. Let's scroll up to the chips and click on it. This is now a high priority terminal. So if we rerun the simulation, you're going to see that it gets pushed out and prioritized above all the other ATMs. And you can really do this for any machine that you have, like the pinkish one. Let's do that one now and add it to the high priority. That gets prioritized over all the other ones. We can also use these filter buttons to clear them out. But let's resave this plan as Blackbeard's run prioritized. Great. And if we want to start from scratch, we can also clear the plan. All the vaulting information gets put out of the way. We can clear terminals and we're left with a clean slate. But we've already exported our plan, so let's go over 2 plans and check out what we have. So here we have Blackbeard's run prioritized, and we have Blackbeard's run. We can yet again click on the phone right here and text any of our configured vaulters. We can delete the plan, or we can go into the edit interface and edit any of the amounts we have here, or add another ATM from the list. So we can do $100,000, click the check. You can see the total gets adjusted and what we have, and this can be a running store of the ATMs you have. So I hope this was somewhat of an interesting overview of what's kind of in the works. And if you have any suggestions about what might be valuable to you, please let me know in the comments, and have a nice day.